It is 7:41 in the morning, and Bleach chapter 520 came out today. Oh man, I honestly have to say that I've calmed down now, but when I read this chapter, this is what I looked like. The chapter starts off with Nanao walking into, I'm assuming it's the 8th Division's barracks. You know, don't really say, but I'm assuming it is. Or it could be Shunswee's house, I don't know. But she's saying, since you here, you know, answer. And before she can finish what she's saying, he cuts her off and he's like, this may be the last time that we meet each other, we get to see each other. And she's like, huh? And then it's revealed in a letter that Shunsui has been promoted to the first division as the captain commander. So that was fucking awesome right there. Just the start of it by itself was just awesome. However, I do have one particular gripe with this, but I'll say that in the end. Just remember that I'm saying something about a gripe right here. So remember that, but I'll get to that in the end. And after this, we get the title page, and this chapter is entitled Killer's Not Dead. Would you kill to save a life? And after this, it cuts to Ichigo back and fuck, where's that guy's name? Kirijin? It cuts back to that Zero Division guy's name. I'm sorry I can't remember his name, but it cuts back to him, to Ichigo being in that hot spring, and it's like 98, 99, and then he just pops his head up and like it's two guys, and it's like they trying to hold him down, and the Zero Squad guy, Kirinji, I hope I'm saying his name right because I can't remember, but that guy is like, you're supposed to stay under for 100 counts. You're supposed to stay under for 100 counts. And then your parents tell you that when you bathe, you're supposed to stay under for 100 counts. You know, and then Ichigo's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who would hold their breath underwater for all that time? And then the guy's like, hey, you talking to the other two people who were there? He's like, hold him down. Before they can hold him down, the Royal Guard guy's like, wait a minute. And he kind of gets up and he like punches Ichigo. And Ichigo's like, what the hell are you doing? You know what I'm saying? It was just kind of weird because he just walked up to him and just punched the fuck out of him. And then Ichigo was like, what are you doing? And then the guy's like, you're healed, you can go or whatever. And then Ichigo was like, no, what? And then I can't remember his name. The guy says, if you weren't healed, you'd be dead because of this or whatever. You'd be dead. You know what I'm saying? And then he like, well, your wounds have vanished and all that shit. And you did all you had to do here, so now I'm just gonna send you to the next place or whatever. And then Ichigo was like, wait, what do you mean next place? And then all of a sudden, Renji jumps out of the water. He's like, I'm coming too. And then the Royal Guard guy punches Renji in the stomach, you know, and you know, Renji ate that shit like a Scooby snack. And it should be of note though that he was trembling, so I think the Royal Guard guy kind of even knows that himself, but he was like, you were able to take my punch, so you know what I'm saying, you can go to whatever. And they get blasted off again, you know, and I'm assuming that was Ichigo. He was like, this the only way to travel around here. That shit was funny. And then the Royal Guard guys, like, they go on and he's talking to the two subordinates who he has. He's like, y'all can take off those wet kimonos. I know this shit may have been hard on y'all. And as they take off their kimonos, their bodies are like burned, like severely, you know what I'm saying, like burned or whatever. And I think they said something like they wearing special clothes that were made from like spiritual thread, like super spiritual thread. They said they would rot in that water, you know what I'm saying, if they wasn't wearing those. And they also make note that it's incredible that they could, by they mean, you know, Ichigo, you know, Byakuya, Renji, and Rukia, that they were able to stay naked in that pool, you know what I'm saying, without those clothes on, you know what I'm saying, and just with no effort whatsoever. And then those two guys are like, they really are amazing. And then the Royal Guard member says, yeah, especially that Ichigo. I would just like to take the time right now to, just say that it's blatantly obvious that Ichigo is going to become a being far above what anyone's expectations are. So, I mean, that one right there, that's not even a foreshadowing, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's obvious that that's going to happen because of the makeup of his character. So, it's obvious that he's going to become a being, you know what I'm saying, that transcends everything. But I do want to say that this chapter also, right here, displayed the amount of speed that he has, because the guy says, the moment he was punched by me, he automatically stroked back and left a crack in my hand. And then you look at his hand, and it's like just swole, and it's, you know what I'm saying, it's like real big, and it's like, bruised. And the two subordinates are like, huh? And then the guy goes on to explain that I used to be called Flash Step Chinjiro because of my step. And it's obvious that he's fast because he snuck up behind Soy Fong, who is also known for her speed. And the guy's like, I haven't grown dull. That motherfucker just got some skills. And then he goes on to say probably the weirdest line that I've read so far. He goes on to say, I can see why the King of Souls would fall for him. Do you think that's a translation error? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking that when it goes to like manga stream or whatever, it's gonna say, I can see why the Soul King would be interested in him, because would fall for him when it seemed like, you know what I'm saying, like love or infatuation. So that was kind of a weird line. So when I read it, I was just kind of like, I did a double take because I was kind of blurry out and I was reading. I just kind of like, yeah, huh? Then I read it again. I was like, no, that is what it said. So I'm assuming that's a translation error. I'm assuming that got lost in the translations. And when you read it again on manga stream, it would say something probably like, I can see why the Soul King is interested in him, and that's what I'm sticking with. Goddamn. And it cuts back to society, and you see that Shun Sui is meeting with the. I'm assuming it's Section 46. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming that's what it is, Section 46. And he's talking to them or whatever, and apparently he wants two lieutenants or vice captains. He wants Nanao to come with him, and he wants to promote the third seat to lieutenant, you know what I'm saying, because he felt like they both can do their jobs, you know what I'm saying, well, so that's what he wants. And they decided on, to let him do that shit or whatever. And then he goes on to say that the first thing he want to do as the captain commander is to teach Kenpachi Zaraki the art of killing, you know what I'm saying, which is, a reference to, swordsmanship. Kenpachi doesn't really have any sword technique. I think Yamamoto tried to make him learn Kendo or Kempo or Zanjetsu at one point, and he stopped. But Kenpachi can somewhat do it, but he wants to really teach him that, And the Section 46 members are opposed to that. They're like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if this motherfucker become powerful? You know what I'm saying? He can start a revolt and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So if he becomes even more powerful than what the fuck he is, I don't think nobody here will be able to stop him, which is bullshit. And then Shunsui goes on to say, you know what I'm saying, what else can we do? You know what I'm saying? Byakuya and all those other guys, they're gone. You know what I'm saying? We need Kenpachi's strength right now, obviously, because he was able to kill, 3 Stern Ridders and shit. And then Shunsui like, well, maybe you guys can protect yourselves. You know what I'm saying? You don't want his help. And then they all get quiet. And then Shunsui's like, well, I guess that means I have your consent. And then he's like, come on in, I'll leave Captain Zaraki to you, Captain Unohana. No. First Kenpachi, Yachiru Unohana. And as soon as I read that shit though, man, like on some real shit, I think my mind is still over there because it was blown the fuck away. I should have put a helmet on so it wouldn't make a mess because this shit really did blow my mind. But that's how the chapter ends, and honestly, Kubo has been doing a good job with the mind fucking recently. It's not like a bad mind fuck. This is like a good mind fuck. So, I mean, this shit was awesome. I'm sorry for like gassing right now, but that shit was just badass. Okay, now, a few things. Let's start off with item number 1, the thing that I was talking about in the beginning. I don't have a problem with Shunsui becoming the next Captain Commander. In fact, I put, that in one of my videos. I said there's a new sheriff in town. It's obvious, you know what I'm saying, because of the way he handled the situation with Yamamoto dying. that he was, next in line. Well, not next in line, but yeah, that he was next in line to become the captain commander. I think the only small vice that I'm having with that is it's obvious. Well, to me it is anyway, that Unohana is stronger than him and has been there longer than he has. So why not make her the captain commander? But then maybe because of the healing thing, you don't want her to be the captain commander, I guess. But that's the only little gripe that I had in the beginning was I thought it would have been like a better explanation. Well, it wasn't even an explanation at all. So I guess I got to wait for it as to why Unohana wasn't selected as the captain commander, because it seems like she's been there longer than Shosui, and and she's, to me anyway, it seems like she's stronger than he is. So I just would have thought that she would have been, a candidate for that position as well. Also, the thing about Kenpachi, about the Central 46 members saying that, oh, he couldn't vote and all that shit. That's another gripe that I'm having, because honestly, that was kind of either stupid writing or retcon, because every member of Squad 11 who became the captain through those means. So did you think the last thing about the fucking 10th Kenpachi, the 9th Kenpachi, the 8th Kenpachi, the 7th Kenpachi, because they all killed the previous captain to become captain. So you know what I'm saying? That's why I just kind of like, I don't understand the meaning behind that. That was kind of that was a weird line to me. So that's, I mean, and honestly, Kenpachi can only do sword techniques. Like, he can only do sword techniques. If it had to come down to just a pure, and I fucking Kenpachi, my dude. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with Kenpachi. But if it had to come down between like a battle between like him and fucking Byakuya Kuchiki, who's like a fucking Kido master, I'm pretty sure Byakuya will win because of the nature of the Kido. You know what I'm saying? Kenpachi couldn't stop all this shit. He couldn't stop all of that. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of a weird line to me. And again, if you motherfuckers really felt that way, isn't that what the Magus Nest is for? Because I could have sworn that in that Turn Back the Pendulum arc, Kisuke said that the fucking Magus Nest was made for people who were potentially dangerous. As soon as they were born, they were thought to be threats. So if that's the case, why wasn't fucking Kenpachi put in a Magus Nest as soon as he came around? So it's obvious he's not that big of a threat to the Soul Society, but these guys think so. So that was kind of a weird line to me. But again, like I said, the chapter was still badass. That was, a weird line to me anyway, but the chapter was still badass. Yachiru Unohana. That really did shock me, because we all know that Kenpachi named Yachiru after the person he admired the most. Now, another confusion comes in, because he said, I'm going to do it in memory of the person that I admire the most. Now, I don't know if that was something that was lost in translation as well, but usually when you do something in memory of somebody, that means that person has passed. So I'm assuming that Kenpachi is under the impression that this Yachiru person passed, not realizing that Retsu Unohana and the Yachiru from his past are the same person. That would actually make sense, because they've interacted with each other, and he never mentioned the fact that she was the person he admired the most. So I'm assuming he don't even know that she's that person. So that, that's not even a gripe. That's just me, just getting out my own thoughts. And she's the first Kenpachi. She's the first Kenpachi. She has the title of being like the first strongest fucking sword warrior. That is badass. That is badass. And it's gonna be fire to see Kenpachi with the first person he admired. That's gonna be awesome, man. It's gonna be badass, man. Bleach is just consistently fucking getting just more and more awesome. You know what I'm saying? Type Kubo, this is your fucking year. You know what I'm saying, dude? Just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Just keep up the good fucking work, man. Let me know what you guys thought about the chapter, man. I thought the chapter was fucking epic, man. I thought it was good. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too much of that, that weird comedy that Kubo had. You know what I'm saying? It was just, fact after fact, after epicness, after mind fuck, after mind blown. So it was just cool, man. Let me know what you thought about it, man. If you could, give my video a thumbs up. I apologize for the length of this video. It's probably going to be longer than I anticipated. Drop some comments below, man. You know what I'm saying? Get a discussion going down there, man. And this is Vash Stampede, man. I'm signing out.